What's up, YouTube? And it's an early good morning, but I kind of want to bring up something that you may find a little controversial, and it's just something I've actually been very, very public about on my Facebook and my Twitter about this situation. So, as we all know, yesterday the NBA banned LA Clippers owner Donald Sterling for life. A well-deserved punishment. The fine may have been a little lower than what it probably should have been. I think they should. I mean, they made an example out of him, which they should have done. I agree with that. It's one of those things. Unfortunately, when you're a public figure, owner of a league that has so much involved in it, and you're trying to open your barriers to other countries, other groups of people, and everybody, you can't have that. Period. There's no room for it. Now, the curiosity of it all is this guy has a multi-billion-dollar organization. They're trying to force him to sell the organization, which in my opinion he might as well. He already has a gazillion dollars. He might as well sell it, get the billions for the organization since he can't be associated with it. But if they don't force him to sell it, he's gonna sit at home. He's going to be barred from the doors. He can't walk in the building. But he's still going to collect the paycheck. He's still going to write the checks. He's going to be doing all the financial stuff with the team as far as the income is concerned. Even if he sells it, he's going to get a couple $billion plus for this organization. So so not only was he banned from the NBA and he's fined $2.5 million, he's going to get probably about $2 billion for the organization. He's still in a win-win situation, and unfortunately, he's in a win-lose situation because his mistress, yeah, you see those teeth. Anyway, no, that's mean. His 80-year-old wife is hotter than his mistress, but whatever. Not getting into all that because that's kind of anyway. So that's that. Was what it was. He's banned from the game. They're still trying to figure out what to really do with the team. I really think if they're going to do something with the team, they need to actually sell the team, and the finances need to go to charities. Just my opinion. He should not see a penny from the sale of the team, but we all know how that's going to go down. And we all know a lot of the banning came from the fact that Coke and Anheuser-Busch both said if the situation is not handled appropriately, we will be pooling our services and stuff out of the NBA. So, money speaks really loud. And Coke and Anheuser-Busch are two huge companies. And we all know those companies that just pulled from the Clippers. There was two big ones talking about pulling from the NBA. So, that's that. That's how that went down. Now, we have a problem. And this is where it's going to get a little controversial, and you may not agree and may agree, but it is what it is. So, executive Larry Johnson from the New York Knicks, ex-NBA player, came out and stuck his foot in his mouth. You're looking at it all wrong. We should create an all-black basketball league. What? So now he wants to segregate the blacks from the whites? We want an all-black league, we got an all-Asian league, and an all-white league, and we're just going to compete against each other. In the World Championships, we'll see each other once a year. So, you now have stuck your foot in your mouth. And you're out on Twitter, which has been publicly known that you have now said that you want to create an all-black league. That's how it should be. What do you mean you should create an all-black league? So, this is my opinion on that statement. That's about as racist and discriminatory as Sterling's statement. Because now Larry Johnson wants to separate the blacks from the whites, from the Asians, from the other countries. I'm just using those three groups in general. So Larry Johnson has made it known that he wants an all-black league. This is not really being talked about. This needs to be talked about. This needs to be public. This needs to be handled. You know, Sterling got what he deserved. Unfortunately, A ban from the league was what he deserved. There is no room from an organization that is trying to bring the world together. So racism's gone. But then you got someone like Larry Johnson who makes a comment. And this is where you guys may flip out. A black guy making a comment about blacks. It's no different than a white guy that makes comments about whites. This is just how this works. Now, we need to get rid of that completely. If a white guy makes a comment about a white guy, if a black guy makes a black comment about a black guy, if an Asian guy makes a comment about an Asian guy, they should be handled the same as a white making a comment about black, black making white, white, Asian, Asian, black, whatever. They should all be handled the same way, and Larry Johnson needs to go. I loved watching Larry Johnson play when he played in the NBA. But comments like that are not called for. He stuck his foot in his mouth, and now he needs to go. He needs to be fired. There's no reason for his comment an all-black league. That's really how you want to handle the situation? You think that the racist comments are because you need an all-black league? No. The racist comments are because of people that are closed-minded. You, Larry Johnson, are actually no better than your ex-college coach. Racist people will always be racist, no matter what position you put them in. Saying you don't want your black people at the game is just as bad as saying you want an all-black league. The difference is, Sterling was made in the privacy of his home, and he got banned for a conversation that was recorded, that he thought was a private conversation. Larry Johnson put on Twitter, a public internet source that a lot of people use, a whole lot of people use, that he wants an all-black league. I really hope Silver decides to come down on Larry Johnson too. We need to make this whole racism argument on whatever's going on right now with racism in the NBA and any other sport. Examples need to be set. Sterling got banned. Larry Johnson needs to go. The Knicks need to come down hard on Larry Johnson himself, or the NBA needs to do it. Because right now, there's a racism problem going on in the NBA. And people may not realize it, but it seems like there is. From owners to players, and I think the players are actually the minority and not being the ones that are as racist as a lot of the higher ups. Why? I don't know. A lot of the players, do they hang out with people of other races? I don't know. Do I care? No. Do they make public comments because they know they're getting a paycheck? They try not to. But these higher ups, like the owners and executives that are getting these six-figure, $1 million plus $1 billion paychecks because they are up top, they're the ones that seem to have an issue. Again, I will reinforce the fact that Larry Johnson needs to go. Like I said, you may not agree with what I have to say. You may not like what I have to say. But the facts are the facts. Racist comments are racist comments, no matter how you word them. White league, black league, Asian league. Does that sound like the 1920s? Yes. Are we in the 1920s? No. We are in 2014. We should all be able to work as one unit. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, Asian, pink, purple, yellow, blue, whatever color you are. You could be green with pink polka dots and I would not care. We should be able to work together as a unit. We shouldn't care what race, creed, religion, sexuality, or anything that you believe in. That shouldn't make a difference if we like you or don't like you. Your personality should be all that matters. And the problem is, people are still looking at race. And I'll reinforce the fact, Larry Johnson needs to go. There's no room for comments like that in the NBA. Sterling has went. Larry Johnson's next. I hope somebody very shortly steps up to the plate and does something about what Larry Johnson said. If you don't believe me that he said this, I will post a link below. I think we as a unit, as sports fans, I am not an NBA fan. I will be the first to admit I am not the biggest NBA. I am not an NBA fan. I'm a baseball fan and a soccer fan. I'm not even a football fan. I'm not a NASCAR fan. I'm not a rodeo fan. I love my Cubs. You always see me with my Cubs hat on. They don't have it on. It's somewhere over there. But I wanted to make this video to make a point. We can't have racism in Major League Sports. We have to do the right thing and get rid of the people that are being racist and keep the people in and put the people in power that are willing to do something about it and bring unities. We have baseball, which has a lot of the Asian influence. We have basketball, which has a lot of Asian and African American influence. We have football, which has a lot of African American influence. We have hockey, which is getting the African American and has a huge Canadian influence. We have NASCAR, which is now getting a female influence. We can't have racism and sexism in these sports. We're trying to open our sports to a broader audience, and now we need to bring them together. Bring them all together as one concise unit. The NBA should be the NBA. LeBron James, Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Kerr, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, anybody that plays basketball should be known as an NBA player. Not a black NBA player or a white NBA player, an NBA player. Legend to current. Baseball, doesn't matter. We'll bring them all together as just a sports player. Comments are off for this video because I'm not going to try to make a race battle out of it. I just wanted to state my point that Larry Johnson has made racist comments that people are overlooking and he needs to go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. This is one of those videos that I hate to make, but I had to make it. Peace.